challenges and to build on the legacy my father and others left behind. Ginger Cruz represents a future where every voice is heard and where qualifications matter more than party labels. Ginger is the right person right now.
I'm Ginger Cruz. I'm running for Congress, and I approve this ad.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. New Jeep Gladiators up to $7,000 off now at Cars Plus. Named the best vehicle for adventure in 2024. Get your Jeep Gladiator today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Public schools targeted by thieves again. Education officials discussed the need for more funds to hire security to protect campuses amid repeated break-ins to one southern school and a separate breach at another campus in PD.
Plus, how do you deal with and talk to your kids after a disturbing video pops up on your feed without a trigger warning? Amatsuki Hirayama speaking with the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center counselor amid National Suicide Prevention Month.
There have been over 60 deaths by suicide in the Northern Marianas in the past decade. I'm Tomas Maglonia speaking with the Community Guidance Center about how to seek help if you're in need.
Hafid, good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thanks so much for starting your week off with us.
Well, that's more money, more security.
But what happens when funding falls short, leaving campuses vulnerable? The Guam Department of Education now facing this harsh reality as school break-ins continue to crop up.
7 break-ins in 7 days. Telefofo Elementary School falling victim to thieves yet again, this time over the weekend and into Monday morning, marking a staggering 7th breach at the Southern School in just 1 week. In a separate incident Sunday night, vandals also breaking into Jose Rios Middle School in PD. And as education officials assess the full extent of damage at both schools, one question looms. Why is there no security station to protect these campuses? Chris Anderson, Student Support Administrator at the Guam Department of Education, says that partly it boils down to a lack of funding.
What's asked for in the FY25 budget is crucial and essential for us to be able to put in or to place the appropriate amount of security that I think we need in our campuses to fully prevent from people breaking in and stealing stuff from the campuses.
He adds that GDOE is now in the process of working with funds it already has to procure services from security companies for foot patrol at campuses getting hit repeatedly. Still, he says it won't be enough. To note, Guam DOE requested $303 million for fiscal year 2025, which accounted for increased security. However, they were ultimately allotted over $200 million for FY25.
Right now, what we have are the cameras and intrusion systems in our schools, but we don't have active monitoring per se, and we don't have the actual foot patrol in place at this point in time. So the resources that were requested in the FY25 budget are going to be necessary in order for us to, again, fully fund those kind of services that we need to address this issue.
Nevertheless, Anderson adds officers with the Guam Police Department and Neighborhood Watch programs have been stepping in to try and put an end to the string of unfortunate events.
Imploring the support of the entire community to try and help find a solution to this issue that's been happening with our schools being broken into. Again, I think also with the appropriations from the legislature for us to be able to get the full funding that we need in order to get more comprehensive security services in place.
Well, Monday morning was the start of a trial against a man police say was involved in violent gang activity. Defendant DJ Tosio is on trial for illegally possessing a gun and for driving a stolen car before crashing it on a busy Dededo street over the summer.
This after more serious charges against him were dismissed without prejudice. Now the Good Samaritan who stopped Tosio from getting away was first to testify, but defense calls the prosecutor's case ridiculous, arguing Tosio should be allowed to walk free.
Defendant DJ Tosio watched as the man who body slammed him to the ground in this June 22nd car crash in Dededo testified on the witness stand.
What were you thinking? What was your concern at that point?
I'm still a little bit irritated from the fact that you almost hit me and my son. And you put our life in danger.
The prosecution's witness, Patrick Unkenko, recalling the day he saw Tosio speeding down Machechi Avenue, nearly hitting him and others.
He hit the pole, the car flipped, and I think the right tire flew off. Like, good thing he hit the pole, not the people, because there was people in front of the house that was sitting in front of their house, and they actually had the wood, and I told them, give me the wood, and I proceeded to break the window.
And Kenko recalling for the jury how Tosio then tried to escape.
He was running, so I just put my hand around his waist, picked him up, took him down, and as I took him down, I basically just put a rear naked choke behind him, and then I applied it very softly, and it's kind of so that the individual can still breathe.
Tosio is facing charges of possession of a firearm without a firearms ID card, possession of an unregistered firearm, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
His life was threatened by the way that this person was driving on the road.
Chief Prosecutor Gloria Rudolph asking the jury to find the defendant guilty, even showing an image of the gun police found in the stolen car Tosio was driving.
DJ himself said that he was driving alone. And he said that he was doing so because he was afraid that he was being chased by undercover cops.
But defense attorney Tyler Scott called the case ridiculous and a mess.
But they sent this gun to the lab, and it's really not a gun in any real sense. They tested it, it's inoperable. A broken piece of metal, a shadow of what it once was.
Defense telling the jury police never dusted it for prints, adding there is zero evidence to link Tosio to the gun.
He's the one who got hurt here. It's not the other way around. And this case is outrageous.
During his opening statement, Attorney Scott asked the jury to find Tosio not guilty. Trial is ongoing before presiding judge Alberto Lamarena.
Now to a very disturbing video widely circulating on social media over the weekend. You may have seen it or even hit forward. KUAM confirming a man attempted to die by suicide at Hagatnya early Saturday morning.
The chilling images has many asking, how do you deal with a traumatizing video popping up on your feed, or how do you talk to your kids about it? Mitsuki Hirayama speaks with a suicide prevention counselor amid a National Suicide Prevention Month.
How do you deal with a traumatizing video popping up on your feed without a trigger warning?
We always like to be independent or autonomous in our viewing choices, right? But sometimes things pop up and we don't know, we can't control that.
Many among the community seeing a disturbing video widely circulated on social media over the weekend. KUAM confirming a man attempted to die by suicide in Hagatnya early Saturday morning.
If you are the recipient of that, I mean, the first thing I would say is if it's something that you don't think should be shared, try not to share it.
Dr. Christiana Woodman is a licensed professional counselor and Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center's Suicide Prevention Program Focus on Life Project Director. This Suicide Prevention Month, she says JIBWIC is placing emphasis on changing the narrative and starting the conversation on an often stigmatized topic.
I think it's very natural for you to kind of take a pause and kind of really process what have you seen and how could this impact you for the rest of the day. And if it is something that you need to process with someone else, do that, whether it's a friend, a partner, whoever's at home with you.
It's a hard but important conversation to have, especially for parents with children who may have seen the traumatizing video.
Unfortunately, you know, we don't always have, we can't always control what they're viewing also, and especially if it's not associated with some sort of warning. A lot of these viral videos are just shared. They're not screened or anything else. So if we don't have that active gauge on what our children are watching, unfortunately, talk with them, right? Hopefully our kids will tell us what they've seen if it is something that's disturbing to them.
She says an honest and healthy conversation is always the way to go. It's also an educational opportunity to talk about suicide and the resources available to them.
Great that you were able to have this conversation with them about it, but also if they're feeling disturbing feelings at school, you know, like who can they go to at school if it's their school counselor. And the other piece I like to add with regards to kids is our peers are very powerful messengers. So if you have a child who's willing to talk with you about a situation that's disturbing, encourage your child to kind of share that same message with their friends, right? Because they may not have that same space to share their feelings. So letting them know that there are resources for their friends also.
If you are feeling suicidal, talk to somebody. Call, text, or chat 988. The 988 Lifeline is available 24/7 with trained Lifeline specialists ready to assist those in need. The Guam Focus on Life team also provides free suicide prevention trainings. You can email staff at peaceguam.org to avail of this service. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Thanks, Suki. Well, the CNMI reported more than 60 deaths by suicide in the past 10 years.
Regional correspondent Tomas Manglona sits down with the Suicide Prevention Program on Saipan.
There have been over 60 deaths by suicide in the CNMI in the past decade.
Considering our population, over 60 deaths is a lot. 60 deaths are a lot, right? For the program itself, we've provided services to individuals as young as 7 and as old as 78.
Sharina Clark is a mental health counselor at the Suicide Prevention Program under the NMI Hospital's Community Guidance Center. She said they've provided direct intervention and therapy services to over 700 people since they opened in 2018 and share some signs to look for.
We notice that someone's become withdrawn, they're giving their things away, they start joking more about wanting to die. Those are the indicators that someone may be suicidal, and it doesn't hurt to ask, right, if someone is having thoughts. And then seeking help. Our program is free, our services are free. We do home visits.
They tell us that some of the contributing factors to mental health challenges include relationships, finances, and chronic pain. They hope to remove the stigma of asking for help. The work is also personal for Ana Ada, who manages the Suicide Prevention Program.
I would like to see a zero suicide community. I did lose a brother 15 years ago, and that is something, you know, if I was aware of all the signs, maybe I would have done something, but I didn't until I started working. But I don't want people to lose hope. There's always hope, you know, have some faith that things will get better, even though it doesn't seem to be, you know, at the moment. But as long as you know, talk to someone you trust, you know, it's, I think you'll be okay. But please, reaching out is not a problem.
Tomas Manglona, KUAM News, Saipan.
Thanks, Tomas. If you or someone you know needs resources or help, you can call the 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline. Up next, details into another attempted assassination on former President Trump.
Plus, more wet weather in the days ahead. You're watching KUAM.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a cantina chicken burrito in a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Cheaters don't get chicken.
Huh?
Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
Hey, I got the job. So I can go part-time. Yes!
Some days bring new opportunities. First Hawaiian Bank can help you say yes to making the most of them. Manage your accounts, earn cash back, and when you need advice, we're here for you.
We should really get him into an art program.
No matter where your journeys take you, you can bank on the best. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Welcome back to Primetime. Former President Trump is safe and unhurt after what the FBI is calling a second apparent assassination attempt. It happened today just outside of the perimeter of his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida.
One man is in custody, and investigators say they recovered an assault-style rifle at the scene. Here's how the Secret Service spotted the threat and how law enforcement quickly tracked down the suspect.
For the second time in 9 weeks, the FBI is investigating what it's calling an apparent assassination attempt against former President Trump. The former president was not hurt in the incident near where he was golfing at his course in West Palm Beach, Florida. One man is in custody. 3 senior law enforcement officials briefed on the matter tell NBC News that man is 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Ruth. This comes after authorities say a Secret Service agent spotted and fired at a suspect just outside the golf course fence line while the former president was golfing 300 to 500 yards away.
They have an agent that jumps one hole ahead of time to where the president was at. And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
A witness reported seeing someone run out of the bushes and into a black Nissan and snapped a photo. Sheriff's deputies then tracked the license plate and quickly stopped this black Nissan, taking the suspect into custody.
There was a lone driver in the vehicle. That driver is now in custody and in the hands of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The bushes where this guy was is a AK-47 style rifle with a scope, 2 backpacks which were hung on the fence that had ceramic tile in them, and a GoPro.
The incident raising new questions about securing the former president and Republican nominee. The Secret Service faced sharp criticism after former President Trump survived an attempted assassination at a Pennsylvania rally in July. The former president saying he is safe and well and will never surrender.
Vice President Harris said today she had been briefed on the situation and was glad former President Trump is safe and, quote, violence has no place in America.
FBI officials are just beginning their investigation into the gunman's motive. They still have not released the motive, however, in the previous assassination attempt.
And in other news, the wet weather has led to some flight delays from arrivals from Japan and Korea.
The United Airlines flight arriving from Honolulu this evening also forced to turn back due to the nasty weather. The Guam International Airport Authority website shows it will arrive at 5 a.m. Tuesday. On the ground here, take a look at the floodwaters covering the road today. The Guam National Weather Service reports a strong monsoon influenced by Invest 97Ws, causing the high winds and heavy rains across Palau, Yap, Guam, and the CNMI. A high wind warning, gale warning, and hazardous seas warning in effect for Guam until 6 a.m. Tuesday. Winds are expected to be between 25 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 55 miles per hour. Aside from the soggy weather, 97W does not pose a direct threat to the Marianas.
All right, Guam's very own Pia Mia releases her first album, Anti-Romantica. The release came on Saturday as the pop princess shared her excitement on social media. Pia stating, quote, this dream has been a decade in the making and is finally a reality.
She's no stranger to our KUAM airwaves, Pia Mia adding, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to my new friends here and especially to everyone who has supported, rooted, and stood by me through this journey. From the tears to the triumphs, your unwavering support has been a source of strength. You can stream her album right now on multiple music platforms, including Spotify. We've got the link to her music on KUAM.com. Happy Chuseok! Guam's Korean community held a traditional festival for the harvest moon, sharing their time-honored culture and traditions with their island family.
That's right. We all enjoyed the friendship, family, and blessings of health and good fortune at Ipao Beach. There was traditional and contemporary Korean music, laughter, and of course, lots of amazing Korean food. Kimchi and bulgogi are the best.
Chuseok is like a Korean Thanksgiving in a way. So like after harvesting all the kind of crops and kind of food, that is the most like abundant food time in a year. So the people shared a lot of like a new harvest with the families, and then they enjoy a lot of like traditional kind of games.
Happy Chuseok! Welcome, KUAM!
That was our bestie there at the end, the one and only Ina Lee from the Korean community of Guam. So much thanks, of course, to Ina and the rest of our friends for having us and letting us celebrate Chuseok with you. Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a view captured of the hot peppers at the Donit Festival held over the weekend. Pika!
Hi, I'm Tom Blas. General Ben Blas, Guam's first Republican delegate to Congress, lived by service integrity and an unwavering commitment to the people. I know because he was my dad. As the son of Guam's first Chamorro general, I know what true leadership looks like, and that's why I'm supporting Ginger Cruz. My father carried out our island's banner wherever his service took him, always guided by his deep sense of obligation. From the battlefields of Vietnam to the halls of Congress, he fought for what was right for Guam, and Ginger is ready to do the same. Ginger has served our island and our nation with distinction. Her experience has prepared her to tackle the challenges and to build on the legacy my father and others left behind. Ginger Cruz represents a future where every voice is heard and where qualifications matter more than party labels. Ginger is the right person right now.
I'm Ginger Cruz. I'm running for Congress, and I approve this ad.
Something is calling, and I can't help it. That's not the wrong when there ain't no soul. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when I make a move. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when let's take a break. There's no use.
Vince Borja is a great candidate for senator. He's an MBA, a retired Army officer, an adjunct professor, and an entrepreneur. Vince is a leader who will use education to help our island combat poverty and drugs. It's time to change the majority in the legislature. It's time for positive change. It's time to bring back values. It's time for leaders like Vince Borja. So please vote Vince Borja for senator. No nonsense, no business.
I'm Vince Borja and I approve this message.
Growing up is realizing that everyone who told you to eat your breakfast when you were little was actually eating this for breakfast.
It's your turn to take your place at the breakfast table and savor the taste of culinary independence with freshly toasted bagels at McDonald's. Indulge in the breakfast you've always wanted and start the day off the right way, your way.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. Count on me, count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Hi everybody, the Out of the Darkness Candlelight Vigil is in its 20th year and that will be held on September 21st starting at 8 in the morning at St. Anthony's Catholic School. It's in the auditorium, Mass begins at 9 and will be presided by the Archbishop. That's of course His Excellency Ryan Jimenez. All right, comedy news for you because Mike Epps is coming to Guam. Mike Epps, one of my favorite comedians, right? Next Friday, Resident Evil, super funny guy, and he is going to make you crack up on December 6th and 7th at the Calvo Fieldhouse. Tickets are for sale right now, guamcomedy.com. And up in the CNMI on the 23rd, you are invited to a Mass for the 13 Fishermen Monument. That is in Garapan for the 38th annual memorial for the 13 fishermen. That's what's happening on News Bites on this Monday.
It's birthday wish this time.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutout submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday to Rhea. Happiest birthday, Rhea. Always the life of the party, always smiling. God bless you with all greatest things in life. We love you, says your family. Nora Suba wishing the sweetheart of our family a very blessed and happy birthday. To you, we send all our love and blessings on your special day and always love Mima, Bubby, Nana, Papa, Mommy and Daddy, and your whole Uggan and Suba familias. Happy birthday to the island's newest 5-year-old. This is the beautiful Calypso, and happy birthday to you. You are the smartest, sweetest, and kindest soul. Mom says she loves you very, very much. And we heard you had a really good party this weekend. Calypso, we wish you a happy birthday. All right, belated birthday wishes going out to Felipe Castor, Jojo. Happy birthday and may all your wishes come true. Stay healthy and we love you. And CJ Jr. First birthday wishes to my grandson CJ, aka Papa Takeo's Samurai. You are totally a witty, totally brilliant, sometimes silly, always charming, and very good-looking grandson of mine. And happy birthday to Hilda Pereira. Viva cumpleaños, my newly acquainted friend. May all the blessings of the Lord be with you. Leave life in the Lord's hands and enjoy the life. Thank the Lord for He is the greatest. We wish all of you a happy birthday.
And even though the rain made things a bit wet and cold this past weekend, the mood and hospitality over in Manila was as hot as the peppers the village celebrated.
All right, we close your primetime show with a look at the annual Dunit Festival. Stay beautiful. Adjust.
POV is brought to you in collaboration with United